Hey, what's going on, Knights? Name is Izzy the Gamer. We're back to another epic video. So today, we're gonna be covering something. I don't know how people are gonna take it. If you have a different idea or different opinion, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from y'all. But this video is gonna kind of hopefully be a short video.
Nope.
I just want to kind of discuss. People have summoned her. Unfortunately, at the time for me right now, I have not summoned her, and she's a limited summon. So if you do not know, she is a limited summon. Did I just say that? She's a limited summon. That's a collab for Epic 7, Guilty Gear X Epic 7. This has actually been a thing since last year, but only 3 heroes were released last year, which was Baiken, Soul, and Dizzy. You know I'm being serious because I called her Baiken and not Bacon. But this year they re-released them just specifically for the Japan server. I think I forgot what other server they were releasing it for, but 2 servers because they were not able to summon on these banners when they did come out because the servers kind of launched after the banner came out. So they re-released it this year, but this time they came out with a new hero, Elphelt, and a lot of people were like, man, this is gonna be really good. Let's try it out. Let's do this, and that. And a lot of people were extremely disappointed, which makes sense if you were thinking in a way that they were thinking about it or they were going about it. So let's go ahead and go over her skills in case everybody already knows, right? Defense break. Defense break. I'm thinking of her artifact. Cannot buff first skill. Gives everybody crit chance, and if she defeats the hero that she's hitting, it will end up decreasing the defense of all the remainder of the heroes that you're fighting up against. So and usually, and the way they kind of presented it is this will strip, sleep, and decrease defense, and then give an extra turn on top of that. This is guaranteed. It is not like you have to do a certain thing, you have to crit, you have to do nothing. No, this guarantees an extra turn. Then you can go with the second skill, which in theory will defense break. Now, if you do not know, the third skill has a 1.1 multiplier, I believe, and then this one's like a 1.2 or something like that. Something, it's not too insane, the multiplier. So everybody's like, man, she needs a buff already. So does she need a buff? Let's go ahead and talk about that. And if, like I said, if you have any other theories, go ahead and put it down in the comment section down below. So when I first thought of her, or when I first saw her, I did not think of DPS build. A lot of people are thinking DPS. I think she's more utility. Sorry to interrupt this. I just wanted to clarify something before I continued on with the video. Just saying that when I meant DPS build, because obviously she is supposed to be meant as a attacker, and obviously I think I said later in the video as well that she's not meant to be HP or anything like that. I meant more utility, as in you're supposed to utilize her defense break a lot more than her damage. And a lot of people, I feel, are trying to use her as the lone damage dealer, and I don't think that is a correct way to use her, but that is just my thought. So let's go ahead and get back to it. Now, of course, counter argument is there are so many AoE defense breakers out there. Why not just use them? Why not just use Tenebria? Tenebria is a fire mage. It could even be better for PvP because you could put her on Tag Hells. Yes, that is a good counter argument, but the way her mechanics work, I don't have her personally. I'm just putting in the pieces according to what I've seen because I still haven't gotten her. I haven't been able to play with her. But I think the way she's supposed to be is that she's supposed to at least kill the target that she's going for. So let's say there's a Vildred, right? She has really high base speed, so give her high speed, high effectiveness. I know it's a lot. It's kind of a lot to put into her kit because you want to put speed, effectiveness, crit chance, and crit damage. You want to look for those 4 substats because she has a lot of debuffs. You want to land the debuffs. You want her to at least move before your attackers, and that's kind of what I'm about to get into. So her third skill, let's say there's a Vildred. I think so. I saw a video of somebody attacking a Vildred, right? Attacks the Vildred, puts it asleep, has a defense break. Do the cake thing, she kills it, and then AoE defense break. I think the point of this certain move is to kind of have a hero to follow it up. Because if you look at the skill, or if you haven't seen the skill in action, the skill, when it does kill, it doesn't really hit the land. So let's say there's a Seaside Bellona, right? A Seaside Bellona DN. If you use a Tenebria in that team, the Tenebria has a chance to miss because there's two ice units. In this case, the way I've seen it, if I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me. I believe that it doesn't even it ignores that. It just lands on whoever is there. The only thing that it is going to really put into account is effectiveness and effect resistance. That's the only way it won't land, I believe. I've seen people like I've seen people use her and they're like, oh well, it did 12k, but look at Sarmia, she does freaking 18k with her first skill. And yes, that does make sense, but her utility is completely different. This is what I'm saying. This is a different point of view because I'm not looking at her as a DPS unit. I wouldn't want to put my best attack gear on her. Like a lot of people are probably like, well, I put her on my best attack, 4k attack, whatever, and she's barely doing any damage. I think, like I said, the point of this hero is not supposed to be a hero that just sweeps, or it's not supposed to kill two units. I think that's more or less what people were expecting. People were expecting, okay, the first skill is gonna kill, and then the second skill is gonna kill another target. Guess what? AoE defense break, kill the other two targets. I don't think that's how they're intending it to go, because it really, like, think about it, right? Let's think about it from a business standpoint. This is a Guilty Gear collab unit. You know, obviously, first off, Dizzy was like up here. Like, for this hero to reach the tier that's up here, it would be extremely hard. They already set the bar extremely high. So either way, this hero would have been a letdown regardless for a lot of people, because Dizzy was just so up there. They set the bar extremely high. Second thing, you really think, like, not specifically you, people, I think it wouldn't make sense to make a hero representing a company and it suck, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would they purposely put 1.1 multiplier? To me, I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, okay, this hero, if it has a 1.1 multiplier, maybe we're looking at it at a weird angle. What if she's not supposed to be DPS? Now, at the same time, I'm not saying to build her HP, right? She's not an HP tank. You're not supposed to make her as an HP tank. I just don't think she needs to be put in the category of, let's say, like Sarmia, right? Because she ignores defense with her third skill, right? And she does a whole bunch of damage. I don't think that was supposed to be her role. Her role is supposed to be more of, okay, let's strip and defense break, let's say Basar, right? Strip and defense break Basar, put to sleep. He's asleep, right? He doesn't cut, but you end up killing, right? You end up killing with the second skill, and then that's like, they were kind of relying a lot on Basar. Now I understand at the same time. Let's switch. Let's switch the face of the coin. If her multiplier was too low, at least her second skill, if I were to see a buff in the future, I would recommend buffing her second skill. Not because, like, oh, her third skill needs more multiplier. I feel like what they were trying to do makes sense. At least if they're thinking the way I am thinking. If they were to buff her, I think they should buff her second skill just to make sure it does end up killing. Because then it'd be able to AoE defense break, and if you have an AoE unit, Bloodblade Karen, ML Mercedes, I use Crayon would absolutely destroy. You can even use Melissa as well. Like, her third skill ends up killing and her second skill has a high multiplier. Like, I know it's not efficient, right? Everybody's like, well, you can just use Oxlash, Judge Kisei, whatever. It's not very efficient, but not a lot of people have these units. So I kind of understand the approach they were going for. I'm just kind of like throwing my 2 cents out there because a lot of people are kind of being like, oh, she sucks because her damage, it only does like 5k her first skill or whatever the the situation is. I don't think people are utilizing her the way it is intended. Of course, it's arguable that there are obviously better units, better defense breakers to use, but I just don't think people gave her much of a chance just because they expected her to be a Surmia or be I don't know why I keep saying Surmia. I guess because she's a fire unit. I'm not trying to say like anything or call anybody out or anything like that, but I feel like people aren't giving her enough of a chance. I get it. She's not like Dizzy, and she's not going to be. But I feel with the correct speed and the correct crit chance and damage, and even trying to put her on portrait, I don't even think I farmed this. I didn't even notice that I didn't farm this, but portrait increases damage dealt 13% when the enemy's health is 50% or more. So if you think about it, right, the third skill doesn't do too much damage. It just sleeps and defense breaks. Let's just say that, right? Because it's not basically, the third skill is basically a first skill, basically. So it ends up doing that, and it will still, technically speaking, since it's not going to be hitting hard, right, it will have more than 50% health. So if you put this on her, she will have 30% more damage output for her second skill. So I feel like the way at least I'm thinking about it should be really cool used that way. Like you use, like I said, you can even use Vildred there as well. Like that would be an excellent CSAT Bellona killer. There's so much ice meta out there that with defense break, Vildred can do so much damage. A lot of people are just saying that she's bad because her multipliers are bad, or people are like, oh, she needs a buff, she needs this and that. I feel like she, like I said, I don't have her, so I don't know. I can be 100% wrong, and I could be arguing the wrong point. But I feel like if anything, I'm practically repeating myself already. If she does get a buff, I would recommend it 100% being her second skill, which not even buffing it, like changing it, just buffing the multiplier, the damage on it, so she can at least be used the way I feel the devs intended her to be made. Of course, if you don't want to summon on her, her artifact is actually really good, especially if you can use, like, especially with the new Wyvern that came out. Seaside Bellona now has technically a defense break on her first skill, so you can use Scurry as well. In PvP, you use his first skill, boom, boom, poison, and a defense break right there. There's so much possibilities to do. Now, would I recommend you summon for her still? Yes, 100%, because she's a limited summon. There's a lot of people that were like, Seaside Bellona, she has a defense break. I already have enough defense breakers. All this stuff, and a lot of people are regretting not summoning for her because of how much she shifted the meta. So will this girl shift the meta? It could be a possibility if people start using her the correct way, and if not, if I'm saying correct way and people are building her correctly and it's still not doing enough damage, then Smilegate needs to just amp her second skill. That's it. Her third skill doesn't need any touching. Even though I know a lot of people are gonna be like, no, it needs more multiplier. I feel like all heroes are supposed to be used differently in this game, and that's what makes this game so good, stand outside of the crowd, is that each and every unit is very unique in its sense, that there aren't many heroes that repeat what they do. And some are maybe similar, but not like, okay, I can just replace this with this. Like right now, like people are not even using Luna anymore in Wyvern. They're using Karen. Even though people are saying, well, Karen is just the 4-star version of Luna. But people are using Karen now more. Like, there's no difference. The hero didn't get buffed. It's just the circumstances have changed. So you really need more the defense break than the damage. And I think I was talking about this earlier, but I'm just ranting at this point. But yeah, so I still do recommend summoning for her. Now, I'm not saying get your credit card out and summon until you get her. She's not game changing like Dizzy is. If you haven't gone Dizzy, go for Dizzy. She's a limited hero as well. But at the same time, I don't want anybody to regret not pulling her just because there are YouTubers, streamers, XX out there saying she sucks. Don't summon for her because her multipliers are extremely low. I feel like that's really misleading for people who are not gonna summon for her and then may end up regretting it later on. And it's just better to just have her, which I haven't bought any books. I've been refreshing shop and just casually summoning for her. If it does come to it, I will end up getting books because I don't want to let another limited unit slip out of my fingers. So, but at the same time, who knows? She might be another Cerise where she was limited and nobody's even using her anymore, or using her. People are using her somewhat in places, but not as much. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. I would love to hear y'all what y'all got to say. Just don't be rude to anybody, because I'd rather us have a conversation about this than just bash each other. I feel like if you don't want to summon, then that's by all means, that's what you want to do, then go for it. I'm going to stick with this probably just because it's better to have it than to not have it. That's my thing. I've been thinking about. It's like, what if? It's better to not think what if. It's better to just be like, okay, at least I have it now, you know. So just don't break the bank and you should be good. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Every like, comment, subscription is appreciated. Hope to see you on the next video or stream. All right, peace.